25 years on, does it seem that long in your memory?
It doesn't, no. Done a couple of things over the last couple of weeks with the radio and the podcast. It just brings back so many fantastic memories. And it doesn't. All it needs is one sentence, and it brings your memories back to the day itself, and the celebrations afterwards as well. Not just the day. The reception we had from the town and the supporters was unbelievable. The 2-3 days we had. One of the highlights of my career, without a doubt.
It was a bit of a fairy tale move for you because you'd only arrived at the club 3 or 4 months before the playoffs. I think you came in January or February in that season, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. I had an initial 1-month loan spell in January. Went back to Birmingham, and then I signed to the end of the season in the March deadline. And we finished the season really strongly. And going to playoffs, we're quite confident we'd do pretty well. But like you say, the ending was, you couldn't script it really.
Come on to the goal and the day itself in a moment, but the build-up, talking to Ray Warburton, he said sort of the 8-9 days, 10 days between the second leg of the semi-final and the final were probably the best 10 days of his career. The buzz around the town, the interest, the excitement. Did you experience that?
Absolutely, yeah. It was what made it special was it was a great bunch of players in the dressing room. The spirit in the dressing room, and not just the lads who were playing. You had young lads like Mickey Warner, Ali Gibb, who perhaps won't get as many games as they probably deserved, but there wasn't the feeling of sometimes it's a real squad together, and the spirits are absolutely fantastic, and it was just an absolute pleasure to be playing with those lads really, and it was building up to it. Those 10 days, the whole town embraced the situation, the occasion, and everyone was so behind us. It was unbelievable, and then the turnout at Wembley, you couldn't believe it really.
32,000 fans were there that day at Wembley. Let's talk about the moment there. I know Ray Warburton said they were desperate for the game to end because their feet were hurting, their legs were tired, they just wanted to breathe before extra time. And talk us through that free kick, because you actually had 2 goes. The first attempt got charged down, and I think you moved the ball slightly before the second attempt.
Yeah. The first one, stand over with Roy Hunter, and it was slightly towards the right of the centre, so it faded a left footer more than the right footer really. But as soon as it hit it, the first one, the lad encroached, and he was like a good 3-4 yards off the wall. And before I could even turn around to the ref to say, and the ref had blown, and he's booked him, and it was the referee who'd actually moved the ball. And it wasn't a massive lot, but it's probably a bit over exaggerated to be honest. But it was a yard over, so it's a bit more central, so it opened up both sides of the goal. So Roy said, "What about the other side? There's a bit of a gap in the ball," and there was. They left a bit of a gap on the as we were looking on the left side of the goal. So I was thinking to make a good contact. As I hit it, it was like I knew he hit it pretty well as soon as I struck the ball, and then he just trying to. I think there's a photo of me trying to peer around the ball to us because I couldn't really see. I think it's Chrissy Lee, Sean, Jason White. I think they realised it went in before I did, to be honest. And, after that, you just, I've been asked so many times to explain the thing, and I still can't explain the thing, to be honest. It's, probably the biggest one is relief, to be honest. Absolute relief. I joined the season at the tail end of the guys and what their achievements were done, and, for a whole season's work, it was just unbelievable thing, to be honest.
And then celebrations at Wembley, the trophy lift, and back in Northampton on I think it was the Monday, the bank holiday Monday, thousands of people around the streets.
Yeah, brilliant day, absolutely brilliant day. One I'll never forget, to be honest. You never forget the day itself, the game itself, but you sort of go home after the celebration from Wembley, and you sort of get a breath, and then you start again on the Monday. And the turnout we had in the town, you just couldn't believe it. And the noise they made on that bus. It was just a fantastic experience.
Brilliant, thanks John.
Cheers, man.